Hello, welcome to Joey Sewy. I'm Jo, and we are talking every day in May on the 29th day of May about sewing, styling, and self care here. And today I have been sewing with someone else, so that's what I'm going to share with you. This week I've been talking more about self care things. And so I thought and it also happened to coincide with this day that I had said I would sew with Clovis and teach her. I'm not sure I've been teaching her, but kind of together we'd work out how to drape and draft a pattern for a top that she wanted to make. But first, what have I been wearing? The answer is something entirely brand newly made, finished last night, and I'm wearing it here, and I'll be wearing it there. It is the same red fabric as my Samara trousers. I won't say masses about the construction because I'm going to talk about that in my What Did I Make in May video, which will be out in early June. But it is same red fabric. It clearly has red lace trim. I'm not wearing it with the Samara trousers. I kind of just didn't fancy wearing red trousers today. It is chucking it down outside, and I expect they are the kind of trousers. I haven't tried them in rain yet, but they're very long. They're probably just going to be like a wick to all that water. They didn't feel like brilliant wet weather wear. So I just put them with some ready to wear jeans, bright red socks, and some black and white shoes. They're from Vinted, naturally. But they are Kurt Geiger, who are a shoe brand I really like. They're not cheap, although they are Vinted. But they're really interesting, different shoes, often trainers with great motifs on them and things like that. So if you're interested in some different trainers, I would recommend Kurt Geiger as a brand to look at. The pattern of this top is a butterick pattern. Give me a moment. It's actually a dress pattern. It's the same top as my green jumpsuit. It is the same top half as the dress that I wore to Buckingham Palace 2 years ago. That's when I got the pattern. Butterick B6804. And essentially, as I say, without saying too much about it, to make it into a top rather than a dress, clearly cut it off a bit. Although actually the bodice is shorter anyway, so I lengthened the bodice, but ultimately doesn't have a bottom half. And the bodice is quite fitted to the waist, which on the dress is what I wanted, but on a top like this is not. So I omitted the darts, kind of left them open, no darts at all in this, and also just straightened out the side seams because on the original pattern they go in towards the waist. And that was pretty much it. So as pattern hacks go, it was pretty simple. Obviously, I've also added the lace, which is on top rather than inserted, but that's about it. And I really love it. I am very excited to see what it does look like in a faux jumpsuit style with the Samara trousers, but I'm saving that for a more weather appropriate day, or maybe just a day when I fancy dressing up. So we will see. Getting on to what Clovis and I did together. So I will start it now. We've got some time-lapse pictures basically of what we were doing. I'd thought about maybe going live, but essentially we were doing this and chatting for about 3 hours. Would have been a really long live, and also we wouldn't have been able to listen to music because it would have messed up copyright and all that fun stuff. So instead, time-lapse felt better. So the inspiration picture for her top is in front of you now. It's a halter top, and she has a scarf fabric that you will see in a video very shortly, or part of the video very shortly, of what the fabric is or the pattern and the fabric is that she wants to make the top out of. So initially, she was basically just taking some cotton twill and draping it, pinning it onto a mannequin. Now, this is a mannequin that's my size, but around the top half, definitely not around the bottom, but around the top half, we're close enough. It was within 2 or 3 centimetres. So for what we were doing, it was perfectly fine for her to drape onto the same mannequin, which is lucky. And so that's what we did. We have stopped the pin. I say we. I wasn't doing it. We've stopped the pinning, and I'm going to get Clovis, because she volunteered for this, I promise, to describe what we're making, and I'm also going to film it. So we have an inspiration picture, which we'll put up here over Clovis, so she feels less self-confident. What's the word?
Yeah, that needs to get lower, doesn't it?
What is the word?
I don't know. It's
Awkward.
gone.
So, less awkward. Anyway, so that's the front of the top, and then that's the back with tie at the neck, tie at the back, and with this toile fabric, just plain cotton, we're aiming at just not leaving any seam allowances in, just creating the 3D object. So Clovis has drawn where the end line of the top will go, etc. So show us your fabric that when we get the pattern made, we're going to be making it out of.
So this is the fabric. It's like literally just a scarf that I found in a charity shop. I think Oxfam somewhere, like £3. I don't know, but
expensive.
Yeah, but hopefully we can cut it in a way that we get more of the like patterns and less of just the grey, because grey is boring. I don't care what you.
Are we going for boob flowers or not? We're not going for boob flowers. Oh, okay. Well, it's
I don't know. That's a later decision.
We old folk generally avoid boob flowers, but we'll leave that there.
Folk?
Old folk with our tartan blankets on our knees. So next part of the process is taking all the pins out and then laying that down onto paper, I reckon, so that you can make a paper pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And then we figure out which parts of the scarf we put onto, whether it's boob flowers or not boob flowers. Okay, cool. Tell me when. Okay. So I did come back to the messages, notes from the prisoner, and I was describing how to use this clever little gadget to add seam allowance with a pen. So we're going to have 1.5 centimetre seam allowance, and then you put the little red notch thing on your line, and you just run a notch along your design line, and as if by magic it will add seam allowance like that. Da, 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 da. So that's the next job, but we possibly will have cake before then. Whilst Clovis has been doing all her bits and pieces, I have been working on various things that were in my mending pile or stuff to just finish off, and I had a big pile of stuff underneath the table that I also moved around today, so we had a bit more room in Sewing Central. So I have taken some sequins off some tops that I got from charity shops because I want to use the sequin motifs in other projects. I have done buttonholes on 2 projects, and I also unpicked a purple jumpsuit because it was one that I got in my wardrobe audit that I decided I wanted to basically just keep as trousers because it didn't work on a practical. Loved it, but did not work on a practical level as a jumpsuit anymore. I'd tried it and kept failing. I told you the story, I think, when I did my wardrobe audit right at the start of the month. So that purple jumpsuit is no more as a jumpsuit, but I actually have really high hopes for it as trousers. So I was working on that. Thank you very much for watching right to the end. If you liked this video, you can always do the thumbs up thing. It's super appreciated. If you've got any questions, comments, just want to say hi, please do that in the comments down below. There are 2 more days left of Me Made May. I almost might say I'm going to miss vlogging every day. I mean, I won't, because I'll have more time to sew, because this has been one hell of a time commitment. But it has been amazing to achieve, touch wood, I haven't got to the end yet, achieve doing a vlog every day. I genuinely didn't think I was going to get even here when I started. So thank you for being along with me. I will be back tomorrow on Friday for my penultimate Me Made May video. I really don't know what it is. You've got any special requests and you see this before lunchtime on Friday, ask. Maybe I'll do that. On Saturday, I am going to do a live. Definitely. I have decided. It seems like a really great idea. I will try and do it at a time when you folks in the United States and North America are up and about, because I know a lot of you are based there. So I guess that's going to make it afternoon-ish for the UK. But other than that, I am not sure. So I'm going to put the time in the community tab. And assuming I'm a little bit more prepared tomorrow on Friday, I will also let you know the time on Friday. And if you miss out, the live will also be available as a recorded video afterwards. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you Saturday. And that's it from me for now. Bye.